In a world full of noise, power belongs to the one who stays silent. Everyone wants to be heard, but few can control themselves long enough to listen. We live in an age of reaction. People don't think anymore. They just respond. They scroll, argue, and explode at the smallest trigger. But the man who stays calm in chaos becomes something different, a weapon in human form. You think strength is anger. You think dominance is loudness. But the greatest warriors in history, from Marcus Aurelius to modern leaders, mastered one skill above all: the ability to stay calm when everyone else breaks. Marcus Aurelius commanded an empire surrounded by betrayal, war, and death. Yet his greatest conquest was his own mind. He wrote to himself, "If you are disturbed by external things, it is not the things themselves that trouble you, but your judgment about them." That is the foundation of Stoicism: control of perception, control of self. Calm isn't weakness. Calm is control. Calm is focus. Calm is power. The Stoics believed that emotional control was the highest form of strength, because when you control your mind, nothing external can control you. Here are 10 Stoic rules that will make your mind unstoppable and your calm unshakable. Rule 1. Focus only on what you command. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Everything in your life falls into 2 categories: what you can control and what you can't. Weak minds waste energy on the second. Strong minds master the first. You can't control what people think of you. You can't control what happens tomorrow. You can only control your response, your actions, your words, your thoughts. The Stoic doesn't fight the storm. He trains his mind to walk through it. When chaos hits, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What can I control right now?" That single question separates those who panic from those who prevail. Control is not about power over others. It's power over yourself, and the man who masters himself cannot be defeated by circumstance. Rule 2. Master your first reaction. Your first reaction is instinct. Your second is intelligence. Every emotion, anger, fear, anxiety, starts as a spark. Most people feed it. The Stoic lets it burn out on its own. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The Stoic does not deny emotion. He disciplines it. He pauses before speaking. He breathes before acting. That pause is power. Most people think calmness is inaction. It isn't. It's the highest form of action, conscious response. Because the man who reacts blindly is a slave. The man who pauses and decides is free. When emotion rises, pause. When anger burns, breathe. That moment between reaction and reason, that's where mastery lives. Rule 3. Never speak in anger. Words are weapons, and weapons in the hands of emotion always cause collateral damage. Seneca warned, "Anger, if not restrained, is more destructive than the injury that provokes it." When you speak in anger, you surrender control. When you stay calm, you control the entire conversation. In debate, in conflict, in love, never speak to prove emotion. Speak to project mastery. A calm voice carries authority. A loud voice exposes insecurity. Let your composure do what shouting never could. Command respect. Control of speech is control of mind. Silence in anger is not weakness, it's dominance. The man who can stay silent when provoked has already won. Rule 4. Zoom out. Every problem feels enormous up close. Step back and it becomes small. When you're trapped in emotion, the Stoic practice is simple. Zoom out. Ask yourself, will this matter in a week, in a year, when I'm gone? Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that every empire, every argument, every insult, all fade with time. He wrote, "Think of the whole of time and the whole of matter and of your own place in it. Perspective kills overreaction." When you see the smallness of everything, you stop giving small things power over you. That's perspective, and perspective is freedom. Rule 5. Win without speaking. The Stoic doesn't win with noise, he wins with control. Silence is the ultimate psychological weapon. It reveals composure, and composure reveals dominance. When someone attacks you, stay still. Let their words echo and fade into nothing. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." Silence turns anger into confusion. People expect reaction. When you give them none, they lose balance. Silence is not emptiness, it's presence. It says, "I'm not affected, I'm in control." In every confrontation, the one who remains calm is the one who holds the power. Rule 6. Expect the storm. The Stoics practice something called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of adversity. They imagined misfortune before it happened, so they'd never be surprised when it came. Marcus Aurelius began each morning reminding himself, "Today I will meet the ungrateful, the arrogant, the deceitful." He didn't do this to complain, he did it to prepare. To remain calm, you must accept that hardship is inevitable. Expect the storm, and you will never be broken by it. When difficulty strikes, the weak say, "Why me?" The Stoic says, "I knew you were coming." Pain, criticism, chaos, these are not enemies, they are tests, and calmness is your shield. Prepare your mind each day. Resilience is not built in comfort, it's built in readiness. Rule 7. Turn suffering into strength. Every obstacle is a lesson in disguise. Every wound is a chance to build armor. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Pain doesn't destroy the Stoic. It refines him. He sees suffering as training for the soul. When life hurts, most people crumble. The Stoic breathes, accepts, and grows. Marcus Aurelius buried children, faced disease, led armies, and ruled in chaos, yet he wrote about gratitude. Suffering is fuel. It builds resilience, focus, and endurance. Pain teaches what comfort hides. Discomfort reveals discipline. If you wish to be mentally unbreakable, you must learn to suffer without complaint. The Stoic doesn't run from pain. He transforms it. Rule 8. Stay where your feet are. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Most of your stress doesn't come from what's happening. It comes from what you think might happen. Anxiety is the price you pay for living in the future. The Stoic anchors himself in the present moment. You can't control the past. You can't predict the future. You can only act right now. Ask yourself, what can I do right now that's within my control? Every time your mind drifts to regret or worry, pull it back to now. Focus on what's real. The calm man lives in the present, and the present is the only place power exists. Rule 9. Let go of the outcome. You control your effort, not the result. You control your discipline, not the reward. The Stoics called this apatheia, freedom from emotional dependence on outcomes. Modern people chase validation and approval. The Stoic chases excellence and integrity. Epictetus said, "Do your duty. Don't concern yourself with what follows." When you detach from results, you become untouchable because success and failure no longer define you, only effort does. You are not what happens to you. You are how you act when it happens. When you stop obsessing over outcomes, you unlock consistency, and consistency builds power. The calm mind doesn't seek control over life, it seeks control over itself. Rule 10. Move slowly, think deeply. The world rushes. The Stoic moves slow. Every distraction you avoid adds to your power. Every pause before reaction increases your wisdom. Stillness isn't laziness, it's deliberate control. It's the ability to move only when it matters most. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Know where you can go is more peaceful than your own soul." Stillness is your strength. It's what keeps you clear while others panic. Be deliberate, be patient, be calm. The slower you move, the faster your mind evolves. Stillness is the highest form of power. The world celebrates noise, but history remembers the calm ones, the generals, the philosophers, the men who ruled themselves before they ruled others. Calm is not the absence of emotion, it's the mastery of it. Calm is the line between chaos and control, between reaction and reason, between weakness and wisdom. When you stay calm, you become untouchable, because nothing external can disturb a mind that has mastered its internal world. The next time you face anger, fear, or pain, remember the Stoic rules. Speak less, react slower, think deeper. Let others break themselves against your silence, because calm is not surrender. Calm is strategy. Calm is strength under pressure. Calm is composure in chaos. Calm is power. In stillness you find strength. In silence you find clarity. The calm mind is the undefeated mind.